Do you have a crush on a woman who has caught your eye or your heart, only for her to ignore you? Do you ever think about what would happen if you stopped caring about her and she stopped caring about you? Is there a way to think about ignoring a woman? Well, yes, it does, but only up to a certain point, and only a small number of men know the secret. Here, we're going to write about the powerful psychology of ignoring a woman that only Sigma males can understand. As a man, one of the worst things you can do is pay more attention to a woman than you do to yourself. You not only waste your own time, but you also don't respect your worth. For example, you're talking to a woman online, but she stops answering your messages. Would you then keep sending her tons of texts in the hopes that she will finally pay attention to you? Well, not if you're a Sigma male, and even if you're not, there's no reason to keep talking to a woman who's not interested. Not only is it unattractive, but it can also make a woman feel creeped out, which can end all your hopes of getting together with her. If you are a true Sigma male or gentleman, the last thing you would want to do is make a woman feel uncomfortable. Not to mention that you have too much pride and self-respect to act so desperate. A Sigma male values his time and his own company. He is also completely confident in himself and knows that he would never be in a situation where he would act so needy. In reality, it's probably the other way around, but we'll talk about that later in the episode. When a man is too easy to get together with a woman, he starts to lose his value and, eventually, her interest. We, humans, are drawn to things that are just for us. Take a rare car, like a Ferrari 250 GTO from 1962. You don't see one every day, so you know it's special, which is one reason why you value it. The club at the Ivy in London is very valuable because it's only open to people who have been invited. These are ways to show that something has value. The equation is that things that are easy to get to have less value, while things that are hard to get to are more exclusive and therefore have more value. When it comes to men, being too available and too invested in the relationship early on can turn a woman off. Don't ask why, it's just the way it is. The Sigma male is very aware of this fact, but he also knows that it doesn't apply to him, so he doesn't need to worry about it. As a Sigma, his relationship with himself is much more important to him than any other relationship. He has a lot going on in his own life and is always on the go. He will always be focused on his own goals, whether that's growing his own business, finishing personal projects, taking care of his physical and mental health, learning new things, or getting better at what he already knows. The Sigma male will probably be working on at least a few of these things at once, if not all of them. So, to put it simply, he just doesn't have the time to go after the skirt. God bless you. One of the most important things about a Sigma male is that he can take care of himself. This means that he can only depend on himself to meet his physical, emotional, spiritual, and sexual needs. He doesn't have to go after women because they come to him. Why wouldn't they, when they see how independent he is? That turns me on right away. Because he is independent, he can easily forget about a woman he likes, even if he doesn't mean to. This can make her want him even more. One of the things that makes the Sigma a high-value male is that he is independent, takes care of himself, and likes to be alone. A lot of women like things that are wild, mysterious, and have a hint of danger. They like things they can't control. Here, things are neither boring nor predictable, so the Sigma male is in luck. As a man with a natural rebellious streak, he automatically checks this box. In the hands of a woman, he is always a rare jewel. When we say that a man is uncontrollable, we mean that he takes risks and sometimes breaks the rules. We also mean that he is not easy for women to control. His dominant behavior means that he always shows that he can think for himself and make his own decisions. Due to his busy schedule and his focus on his own goals, accomplishments, and happiness, the Sigma male isn't the kind of guy who would be ignored by women in the first place. He just doesn't do the things that make that happen. It's more likely that the Sigma will ignore the woman in question, but he wouldn't do this on purpose. As a high-value male, he just has a lot going on in his life. Many men, especially those who aren't as confident as the Sigma male, like to play games with the women they like or just to get their attention. These men will do sleazy things like post pictures of themselves with other women on social media to make the woman jealous, or take twice as long to respond to the woman as she did to him to make her feel rejected and unimportant. They do this to make the woman obsessed with them, and sometimes it works, but it doesn't last long because it's not real and the women can see right through it. Also, it's a pretty gross way to treat another person. The Sigma male is the furthest thing from this type of jerk. He has success with women because he doesn't ignore them on purpose to control them or their feelings. It's just a coincidence, and he doesn't like this kind of behavior. It smells like an alpha male, and the Sigma doesn't want to have anything to do with that. He doesn't have anything to do with all that rank-based nonsense. Thank you very much. Even if she is the most beautiful woman you have ever seen, if a woman treats you like crap and makes you feel bad about yourself, you are worth much more than that. People say that beauty draws and personality wins. Even if she is the most beautiful woman on the outside, it doesn't mean much if she is ugly on the inside or has the personality of a tea towel. The Sigma male's social circle is very small and exclusive, so he won't think twice about turning down or getting rid of spiteful or unpleasant women who aren't good enough to be in his exclusive group. When a woman meets a man who is different from all the others, she can fall hard for him. When a woman meets a Sigma male, she is surprised and appreciative of the way he treats her as an equal, with respect, and without harassing her or putting her up on a pedestal to get what he wants. Instead of the usual creep who is always trying to get a response from her and praising her all the time and putting her on a pedestal to get what he wants, a Sigma male treats her as an equal. With respect, and without harassing her. She doesn't know what it is about him that intrigues her, but she knows that guys like him don't come around very often. The psychology of ignoring women only really works if you are a man with real value. If you are not a Sigma male, you should try to become one in as many ways as possible. We all know that Sigma has an unfair advantage because he does all of these things naturally, but even if you're not a Sigma, you can still use some of his tricks to become a high-value man and use the psychology of ignoring a woman in the right way. As a recap, if a woman is ignoring you, don't keep texting her. This is a sure way to turn her off for good. Don't play games with her or try to make her feel bad in return. Instead, try to keep growing and moving forward in your own life. Enjoy being alone. A man who is happy by himself is a powerful thing. This makes him very attractive to women, and he also learns how to live a happier, more fulfilled life. Focus on your own goals and happiness, no matter what the woman you like thinks or what anyone else thinks. Be busy and don't spend too much time with people. When you're busy, you're automatically much more attractive. People say that being away from someone makes them love them more. Try harder to be spontaneous and different from what you expect. Start with yourself. Your own physical and mental health should come first, before anyone else's. Exercise, eat well, stay hydrated, and give yourself time to think about what makes you happy. You might even want to try meditating. Ask the Sigma, women love a man who takes care of himself in every way. If you use these 6 Sigma strategies, 3 amazing things will happen. First, you will feel better about yourself in many parts of your life. Second, a lot more women will be naturally interested in you. And finally, and most importantly, you'll become a better version of yourself every day and learn how to live a happier, freer, and more complete life all by yourself. And that can't be beaten by anything or anyone.